Hi boys and girls, welcome to day 3 of rational expressions, and today we're going to add and subtract rational fractions. So the steps to adding and subtraction rational expressions is the same as adding and subtraction fractions. We want to find the common denominator, we want to create equivalent fractions with the common denominator and then add the numerators. The denominators remains the same. So let's just start with a very easy problem that you did in grade school. So let's say we have 2/3 plus 4/5. We have to find a common denominator before we can add. So we have to ask ourselves, what's the smallest number that both 3 and 5 will go into? So we can always start with the largest numbers. So 5, the factors of 5 are 5, 10. So 3 doesn't go into 10 evenly, so that doesn't work. 15. Both 3 and 5 go into 15, so our common denominator is 15. Now, what am I multiplying 5 by to get 15? In order to get 15, I have to multiply 5 by 3. So I can't just multiply the denominator by 3. I have to multiply both the numerator and the denominator by 3, because that's essentially multiplying by 1. So 4 times 3 would make that 12. 5 times 3 is 15. So we do the same thing with this one. What am I multiplying 3 by to get 15? 5. So I have to multiply both the numerator and the denominator by 5. And that gives me 10. And then I just combine numerators. So 12 times 10 is 22, and the denominator remains the same. We never add or subtract denominators. Okay? Now that's one way of doing it. That is the mathematically correct way of doing it. But here's a shortcut that I like to teach students, and this shortcut works. However, it works best when you have a single factor on each side. So if you have a single factor on each side, the way you can do it is you can, I'm just kind of get some colors here, multiply the numerator by the denominator of the second one, and you get AD. Then you multiply the denominator of the first one by the numerator of the second one, and that's how I got CB. And then whatever that sign is in the middle, the sign remains. So if it's plus, if you're adding, then this is an addition sign. If you're subtracting, it's a subtraction sign. And then your very last step is to multiply the denominators together to get BD. So that is another way of doing it. It's like a shortcut, and it works best when you have one factor. Each denominator is just one factor. All right, so let's do a couple of examples. Our first problem, what do we notice about our first problem? Yep, both the denominators are the same, so those are easy. So all I have to do is just add numerators. So 2y plus 5y is 7y. And then 1 plus 4 is 5, and my denominators remain the same. Okay, what if they don't have the same denominator, like in number 3? So we can say this is 3, and if I were to write the factors of 8x, it would be 8 times x minus 1 over x. So what do you think is going to be my common denominator? Well, we know they both will have an x, and this one would have an 8x. So what can I multiply x by to get 8x? And it's 8. So remember, I have to multiply the denominator by the same thing. So that would be 8 over 8x. And then because I didn't have to change this denominator, the numerator remains the same. So we are subtracting. So this is going to give me negative 5 over 8x. Now, what if I want to use the shortcut I just showed you on it? So how would I use that shortcut? All right, I would start by I'm trying to get a lighter pen so it doesn't keep missing what I've done. So I multiply 3 times x, and that gives me 3x. The minus sign remains the same, so minus, and then I multiply the denominator by the numerator, and that gives me 8x. And then I would multiply these two together, and that gives me 8x squared. So combining these, 3x minus 8x is 5x over 8x squared. Now this time we do have an extra step because I have to simplify x over x squared. So that becomes negative 5 over 8x, which is the same thing we have here. So this is 2 different methods that we could use to solve this problem. Okay? I'm going to do this one by 2 different methods as well. First thing I want to do is find the common denominator. So to find the common denominator, I'm going to write them vertically because that's how I learned how to do it when I was in school a long, long time ago. Okay, so my common denominator, the best way to find it is just to multiply those 2 together. Okay, so I'm just going to multiply those 2 together, y minus 1, y plus 1, and y minus 1, y plus 1. Okay, what did I multiply y plus 1 to get this denominator? Well, I multiplied it by y minus 1, so that means I have to multiply both the numerator and the denominator by y minus 1, which will give me 2y minus 2. The same thing here. What did I multiply y minus 1 by to get this new denominator? Well, I multiplied it by y plus 1, which means I have to do the same thing at the top, multiply it by y plus 1, because I have to always multiply by 1. So, and if you cancel those 2 out, it would just be 1. So that gives me y squared plus y. Now that we have the same denominator, we're going to combine numerators, so that'll be y squared plus 3y minus 2, and then this remains the same. Notice I am not multiplying those 2 together. It's not necessary. All right, so let's use the alternate method to do it. So if I used another method to do it, I would see that I would multiply, I need to go back to the original. I multiply those 2 values together, which would give me y squared plus y. And then I would multiply these 2 together, and I would get 2y minus 2. Notice I kept the addition sign. And then that would be over y minus 1, because the next step is to multiply these together. So that would be y minus 1, y plus 1. Combining like terms, I get y squared plus 3y minus 2 over y minus 1, y plus 1. And that looks like this could be factored, but actually there's nothing I can multiply by negative 2 to get 3. So this is my final answer, and we see that's the final answer in both of these. Okie dokie, boys and girls. All righty, let's look at the next one. Again, I'm going to do both of these. I'm going to do them both 2 ways. So I have 2x over 3x plus 5, and I have 5 over x plus 7, and I'm subtracting. So again, because I can't factor either of these, the least common denominator is just going to be the multiplication of the 2. And this would be the same. Then what am I multiplying by x plus 7 to get 3x plus 5 times x plus 7? I'm multiplying by 3x plus 5. Remember, I have to multiply both the numerator and the denominator by that. So multiplying negative 5, I have to distribute, so that's negative 3x minus 25. What am I going to multiply this by? X plus 7, because that's what is missing. both the numerator and the denominator, and that gave me 2x squared plus 14. Combining like terms, I get 2x minus 15x, which is negative 13x, and then negative 25 plus 14, is that negative 9? And that would be over 3x plus 5, x plus 7. All right, if I did it the shortcut, I would multiply these two together, and I would get 2x squared plus 14x. Because this is a minus sign, I bring a minus here, and I have to use parentheses because I have to subtract everything. And then I multiply these two together, and I get 15x plus 25. And then the final step is to multiply the denominators together, which would be 3x plus 5, x plus 7. And if you notice, when we clean that up, we get the same thing, because this would be 2x squared minus, well, actually that gives me minus x minus 25. I did something wrong here. What did I do wrong? 3x minus 25, and that would be, yep, that should be 2x squared here. 2x squared plus 14x. Sorry, I made that mistake up there, so it's a good thing we did it a different way so I could catch my mistake. So this would be, oh, I shouldn't have erased that one. I should have erased the bottom one. Sorry about that, guys. All right, so this one is still x plus 7, 3x plus 5, and negative 15x minus 25. And now that's going to be over 2x squared, 14x and 15x is negative x minus 25. And that's what we got here, 2x squared minus x all over 3x plus 5, x plus 7. So you decide which way you like better. The shortcut way does not work well on problems that have more than one factor. So let's look at problem number 3. The shortcut is not going to work well on this one. So if we factor both sides, factor the denominator, this is x plus 3, x plus 2. What can I multiply to get 6, add to get 5? And this is x plus 2, x plus 1. All right, so now we got to figure out what is the common denominator here. It gets a little tricky here, but we can do it. All righty, minus 2 times x plus 2, x plus 1. So we know that the least common denominator has to include all of this, at least x plus 3, x plus 2, and this one has to include x plus 2. Oh, look, we already have x plus 2 and x plus 1. So what is this one missing? This one is missing x plus 3. What is this one missing? It's missing x plus 1, because all the factors have to be represented. So what did I multiply both the numerator and the denominator by? I multiplied it by x plus 1. So that means I have to multiply the top by x plus 1, which will give us x squared plus x. And what did I multiply this one by? What was it missing? It was missing x plus 3. So I have to multiply both the numerator and the denominator by x plus 3, which is going to give me negative 2x minus 6. And so now we just combine like terms. So that is 2x, no, that's not. That's x squared minus 2x minus 6 all over x plus 2, x plus 1, x plus 3. Ooh, that was a lot. And can this factor, what can I multiply by 6 to get 2? I don't think anything. 2 and 3, 6 and 1, neither of those work, so that's it. Okay, I'm going to do another one that has 3 terms, 3 factors. So x squared minus x minus 6, when I factor that, I get x minus 2. Nope, x plus 2, x minus 3. And here I get x plus 5, x plus 1. Now these have nothing in common. These are going to be really fun to do. So we have 3 over x plus 2, x minus 3, and we have 2 over x plus 5, and x plus 1. Alrighty, what's this least common denominator? It's going to be a doozy. I have x plus 2, I have x minus 3, and here I have x plus 5 and x plus 1. So what do I need at the bottom? I need everything. So I need x plus 2, x plus 3. And what do I need here? I need x plus 5 and x plus 1. So what do I multiply the top by? What was it missing? X plus 5. I'm going to go ahead and multiply that out. X plus 5. So it's going to end up being this. So I'm going to multiply by x squared plus 6x plus 5. And so that gives me 3x squared plus 12x plus 15. 18x plus 15. Three x squared plus 18x plus 15. And this one I have to multiply x plus 2, x plus 3, which is the same as this. So I'm writing it that way just to make it easier to multiply. And that is 2x squared minus 2x minus 6. And then we just combine like terms, so we get 5x squared plus 6x plus 9. And then this long thing remains the same. And that is our answer. Those are not as pretty to do the shortcut with as the other ones. Let's do another one with the shortcut. So I'm going to do this one. I'm just going to use the shortcut on it. So I multiply these two together. I get 2a minus 2a squared minus 2a. And I multiply this together. And because it's positive, that becomes positive. I get 3a squared plus 6a. All over, multiplying the denominators together, I get a plus 2, a minus 2. So combining like terms, I get 5a squared plus 4a, all over a plus 2, a minus 2, okay? All right, go ahead, boys and girls, and I would like for you to try problems 7 and 8, so pause the video and then come back when you're done. All right, problem 7 was actually, I hope you noticed that this one was pretty simple because it already has like terms. So we just have to add the numerators. So that's 9y minus 3 over y squared minus 5. And that's it. That's all we can do with that. Okay, and then the next one, you could have used the shortcut or you could have used the long way. So using the shortcut, if I multiply these two together, I get 6x squared minus 12. And then multiplying this, I get plus 12x all over multiplying the denominators to get 18. And I think I should be able to factor this. 6x squared is minus 12, and then 12x. There's an x there. So I get 6x squared plus 12x minus 12 over 18. And the reason I say that, I should be able to factor out a 6. So this is 6x squared plus 2x minus 6 over 18. And then 6 and 18 6 goes into 18 3 times, so that's 1/3. There you go. You got it. Alrighty, and the rest of this you want to practice, and the answers are online.